there, I'm Amy Connell. Welcome to Graced Health, the podcast for women who want simple and grace-filled ways to take care of themselves and enjoy a little chocolate in the process. I'm a certified personal trainer and nutrition coach who wants you to know your eating, movement, and body don't have to be perfect. You just need to be able to do what you are called to do. In today's Ask the Trainer episode, we are going to talk about how long it will be before we see results. Now, I have a tendency, I'm in this cycle, and last year I did a little bit better in 2019. I'm hoping to do well or do a little bit better in 2020, but of course 2020 has been unsubscribe basically. But I have this habit of going into the new year. My husband and I were like, okay, we are not going to be drinking any wine. We really tighten up our nutrition. We don't eat out. We're making sure that we're both getting in the gym and we would get really disciplined. And he is fantastic. He stays so disciplined. He can just power through. And I last about 72 hours. And then I'm like, I'm done. I don't want to do this. I don't like it. I like moderation better. I just want a piece of chocolate, whereas he's like, no. And he's really great for, not having that. So I completely understand the need and the desire to see results quickly because I get tired quickly and tired of what I'm doing and I lose that steam. Now, I will say at the beginning of 2020, I did seem to have a little bit more power through because, and I'm going to share a little bit later. So we'll just table that. And then I want to talk a little bit about how long it will actually be before we see results. So we're going to get back to what was the difference for me in 2020. Now, the answer is it can vary, but stick with me. Please stick with me till the end of this. It will it really depends on what does your nutrition look like. If you're going to the gym and you're doing a whole lot of new things, but you're not changing your eating, and if that includes a lot of eating out, or if it includes a lot of alcohol or chocolate after your meals, whatever that may be. If your nutrition doesn't change, you're going to see physical results of the gym. It's just going to take longer because your nutrition isn't changing. Your sleep can really impact how you're doing that too. With our sleep, we've got to have that rest. We need to lower our stress so we're not holding on to, or we're not creating too much cortisol, which has us holding on to fat because our body doesn't know, why we're stressed. It just knows that we are stressed, and it will hold on to fat because it's like, okay, well, I might need this later if we're under stress. So anyway, the sleep and stress have something to do with it. As far as the gym workouts, your intensity and your frequency with how often you do that is going to have an impact. So all of those will have an impact. In general, you can expect to see some sort of results between 3 and 6 weeks after you start doing something. And just anecdotally for me, when I start to work with clients, about after a month, I'll hear them going, I was looking in the mirror and I feel like, whatever it is, whatever their body part is, they feel like their arms are getting stronger or more defined, or their legs are more defined, or their butt's perking up, or whatever it is that we've been working on. And whatever their goal is, they'll start to see something after about 4 weeks. Now, let's go back to my example because I can't speak for you, but I can speak for me. In my January example, when I get tired of doing whatever I'm doing after about 72 hours, that is when it is time to approach it a little differently. What was different for me in 2020 was I had a different why. And I think that is important to identify before you ever step foot in the gym for the first time or ever start on a new program. If you've been doing something and you're like, okay, well, this is what I'm going to do. So if you're changing your eating habits, if you're changing your movement habits, whatever that is, determine your why. So that way you can go back to it. We're going to have days where our body is responding well to what we're doing, and we're going to have days where it's not responding as much. Our hormones go into play with that. where we are in our monthly cycle, that goes into play, our sleep. So don't rely on how your body looks for it to be an indicator of how well your program is working for you. Go back to your why, and that will help keep you focused on what you're doing and why you're doing it, and will help you take that from the 72 hours when I want to throw in the towel to extending that out a little longer. Hopefully to more than 72 hours, but maybe it's to 96. Maybe we just go another day. So how long will it be before you see results? 3 to 6 weeks. Like I said, I normally hear about a month after consistent effort, but it's going to differ for everyone, and it's going to be different depending on what else you are doing. But most importantly, determine what your why is. Determine the reason you're wanting to do something different. Even if it's just, I just want to do something different. I want to move my body a different way. And I'm a huge fan of that. And that's very important to do. So keep going back to that why. Keep going back to what is driving that change. And that will help keep you in it. It will make it sustainable and help you to see the results that you are looking for, if you're looking for any. Okay, that is all for today. Go out there and have a great day.